Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mackenzie and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. Today I'm going to share with you my 7 goals for 2024. And these goals don't necessarily have to do with homeschooling, but they also have to do with just me and my life and homemaking as well. So if you would like to hear what my 2024 goals are, stick around. Okay, as always, if I recommend anything, go and check my description down below and I will have everything down there linked for your convenience. So I do have 7 goals that I'm sharing with you today, but honestly, if I just accomplish just one of those goals, I feel like that is a win. So yes, I have a lot of goals that I'm working on right now. Oh, you know what? I just thought of another one. So I'm going to share 8 goals with you today. I'll go ahead and share the other one that I just thought of right now so that I don't forget. I have been working on a sourdough starter, and recently it has just started to bubble. And if you know anything about sourdough starters, that you know that if it bubbles and it starts to rise, then that is when it is ready for making sourdough bread with. And my sourdough starter is finally starting to do that. It is winter and cold here, and so I think it took much longer than normal sourdough starters take to get going. I was feeding that thing for like 3 weeks. I was very diligent and I finally got it going. So my first goal for 2024 is to make sourdough bread. And my second goal for 2024 is to read a book every month. And this is not including my read aloud books because I read quite a bit to my kids and we already are reading 1 book a month. So this is just for me. I want to read 1 book a month for me that I pick out that I'm going to enjoy and feed my soul with, not a book that I'm reading for school to my kids. So for some of you that might not sound like much of a goal because maybe you're already reading 1 book a month, but that is a big goal for me. I don't typically read on my own time. That is something that I do during school. I was not a big reader before I started homeschooling, but I've always wanted to become a reader. I'm also starting a book club in January. I think that will get me on track to reading 1 book a month as well. If you would like to know what books I'm reading for my book club, go ahead and comment below, and I would love for you guys to tag along and read the books that we are reading for my book club. I will tell you, the first book that we have read is called Motherhood, and it was a really good book, so I would recommend it. Goal number 3 for me is to not have any dairy or sugar or flour that is not baked in sourdough. That is my exception. We were off gluten for a while, and then around Christmas time, we went completely off of our healthy diet. We were gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free. And if you would like a video on why we did that and the benefits that we saw from going gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free, comment below, let me know, because I would love to make a video on that, even though that is not related to my YouTube channel in general. Have noticed a lot of improvements in my own health by taking those things out of my diet. And another motivator that has really helped me to really buckle down and do this diet was just knowing that your gut health is related to your brain health. And as a homeschool mom, I want my kids to be able to learn the things that I'm teaching them. If by healing their gut, it will help their brain and their educational pursuits, then I would like to do that. Whew. Okay, I just had to get my baby a toy to entertain him for a little bit longer. Goal number 4 is homeschool related. I have a child who has dyslexia, and we have gone through the whole All About Reading program for her. Highly recommend it for any struggling readers. It has been a really good program. My daughter really loves reading now, even though she has dyslexia, and I would definitely say it is because of the All About Reading program. It has made learning to read so fun for her. Anyways, I digress. So we are finished with All About Reading. We have not really focused a whole lot on writing. I have started to integrate more dictation, but we've always done copy work and handwriting. And so now I want to focus more on just writing, the writing side of language arts and spelling. And so we have had a few things in our homeschool that have made it so that we could not focus on Brave Writer at all. So we are going to try to focus more on Brave Writer and also integrate All About spelling until the end of the year. I'm going to be researching all these different language arts programs for her And you might be thinking, well, why aren't you doing the Charlotte Mason method? Because we are a huge Charlotte Mason family. I love Charlotte Mason. My homeschool would not be what it is today without knowing Charlotte Mason's methods. But with my daughter with dyslexia, it has just been a little bit of a different journey than I've imagined. And so I think I am still going to integrate a lot of the Charlotte Mason, like the narration and all of that. We're going to continue with that. But then I do think she needs some things to help her to get writing outside of just written narrations and dictation. And I don't know if I'm going to do that with my other children, but goal number 4 is to figure out what we're gonna do for language arts with her next year. I've never had to even enter the language arts world because we've always just focused on all about reading, because that was such a big part of our schooling, was working to get her to read. So that is goal number 4 for this year, find a language arts program for my dyslexic child. Okay, goal number 5. I've been reading a book about this, and it is about getting outside more. In Sweden, I guess it's like a thing that they get outside for an hour every single day, regardless of the weather. If it's like 19 degrees outside, you still get outside. I feel like for me, that is something I am really good at doing in the summertime. I love water sports and I love just being in the water when it's a hot day. That is something that I really enjoy, and so we go to splash pads a lot, and we go outside to parks when it's, you know, not blazing hot. But in the winter, I'm the kind of mom that gets the kids all bundled up and ready to go outside, and then I will go find the perfect sledding hill where I can see them perfectly from my car window, because I do not want to get outside in the cold because I'm such a wimp. But I want that to change. I want to be the kind of person that goes outside, does nature study with my kids regardless of the weather. And this year I finally have collected all of the different, like the snow pants, the snow hat, you know, the gloves. You have like all these things that will keep you warm, and you need them all in order to stay comfortable in the winter. But I think it's just so good for our mental health and our physical health to get outside every day. And yeah, that's gonna be, I don't know, I'm probably not gonna accomplish this goal, but it is something that I'm going to strive for, and if I get better at doing this year than last year, then I'm gonna call it a win. Okay, goal number 6. Goal number 6, you might think is a little weird, but I just want to get more in touch with my feminine side. I honestly think it's just healthy for women to be feminine, and not that I'm not feminine, but there's a couple things that I want to do to help me be more in tune with my feminine side. So there's 2 things. The first thing, and these are very simple things, anybody can do them, even me, busy mama of 4. Number 1 is to paint my nails, which you can't even tell that they're painted, but they are painted the same color as my skin. But I just feel like I feel more put together and feminine when my fingernails are painted, and that's not something that I usually do. I actually have started doing them a lot more this past year because of YouTube videos, like flip throughs and pointing at things. I'm like, oh, there are like plenty of videos where you can find my nails peeling. I just want to have my nails look good, and I feel like that makes me feel pretty. So I am going to try to do that like Saturday night, Sunday morning before church, so that my nails are fresh and pretty before I go to church on Sundays. Another thing that I want to start doing more of, which has been hard for me because I have little kids all the time, is earrings. So I want to start wearing earrings more. I feel like I used to wear earrings and my kids would just like pull them out, and that doesn't feel very good. So if I just get some that are like this, really small, then I feel like that's something that I could do, and I'll just put them by my nightstand and I'll put them in every morning, and I'll just feel more feminine if I do that. So those are 2 simple things to help me get in touch with my feminine side. Okay, goal number 7 is, this is also a very simple thing, but it is something that I have done off and on this past year. But I feel like when I do it, it makes a big difference, and that is to play classical music over the speaker in my kitchen, just on a very low volume while I'm making breakfast. And I feel like that just sets the right tone for the day. You know, you wake up and it's just soothing, soft music. And also, it's been really good the days that we do that too, because we don't always have time to get music study in, but if I put on classical music in the mornings, then the kids are more exposed to the classical music. At least they're listening to the music in the morning and it's setting the right mood and tone for the day. Okay, my last goal, which is now goal number 8, is to get through a couple of curriculums that we have been wanting to get through. We have had some struggles getting through a lot of the things that we had planned this year because we had some tutoring going on in our home that I think it was helping, but at the same time, it just wasn't working for our family. So that was taking up a lot of our school day and making it so we had to cut some other things out. And it was making homeschool really hard and really dreadful, to be honest. So I just had to weigh what was important to the family and to what was important to our education and the atmosphere in our home. And I decided for now to get rid of the tutoring and to bring back the things that we love. And that is for science, and that is Teach Me Health and Homeopathy. And I love this curriculum because I am passionate about holistic health. I am excited to be able to teach my kids homeopathy through the Teach Me Health and Homeopathy curriculum. We are about a third of the way through, so we have a ways to go, but the kids have fallen in love with it and they have learned so much, and I have just been so impressed. They keep telling my husband that he needs to give his body healthy terrain theory so that he can fight off the illnesses that he gets when he gets colds. And so I just think that's hilarious. They are learning so much and I'm so proud of them. And the second curriculum that we are now able to spend more time on is Story of the World, and that is something that my kids adore so much. And we are about a fourth of the way through that one. So that's a curriculum that has a lot more lessons in it, so it takes longer to get through. But I do not even care if we finish it this year. I just want to be able to consistently go through it because the kids love it so much, and they have hands-on activities and it just gets the kids excited about what they're learning, and they are retaining a lot from what they're learning in Story of the World. So that is another goal of mine, is to implement those 2 curriculums just more consistently so that they're able to feel that stability in our homeschool and feel that joy in our homeschool that we used to have. So those are my 8 goals that I'm gonna work on this year. And to me, you know, as long as I'm improving in those goals, that's all that matters. I don't have to accomplish them fully, but I do want to grow as a person. And so for me, working towards those goals and making steps along the way is an achievement. What are the goals that you have for 2024? Go ahead and post them down below. I am cheering you on from afar. I am so proud of you and you are doing awesome. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below because I would love to see you here often. I will see you next time.